Hello everyone, it's me Nasim, the founder of Paper Planes English. Today I'm going to record another video about one of the most important topics in your exam. This topic's name is rhetorical synthesis or student notes. Let's go!
Okay, so our topic today is about rhetorical synthesis. Another name for rhetorical synthesis is a student notes question. Why we call it a student notes is because of the topic of each question, which starts with, while researching the topic, a student has taken the following notes. The notes provided for you by the bullet points. It can be 4 bullet points, 5 bullet points, 6 bullet points. It depends on that. So the question is always after the bullet points. It said the student wants to emphasize the distance covered by the Philadelphia and Lancaster Turnpike. Which choice most effectively? From which choice most effectively, we don't care. All the question has this sentence, we don't care. We just should focus on the first part of the question, which what we need to answer. What is our question is about emphasis on the distance covered by blah blah and blah blah. Okay. The first thing is that you don't need to look at the bullet points. Most of the questions about bullet points and a student notes question, you don't need to look at the bullet points and find the answer based on them. Just figure out what the question is, see which option A, B, C, D is going to answer the question. For example, we need a distance. Look at option A, the 62-mile long Philadelphia. So, we need the distance. Always highlight the question. This is the thing we need to find the answer about. Which option talked about it? Option A talked about the distance. Did I read the bullet point? No. Teacher, should we always answer the questions like that? Guys, sometimes when it comes to hard questions or medium questions, two options are really close to each other. The differentiation between those two close options is not possible by just looking at the options. So you need to check the bullet points, okay? So in some cases, of course, we need to read the bullet points. And that's why I say always, in the real exam, don't take a risk. These should be considered as easy questions, the questions that can easily bring you scores. And what we want, the scores from you, right? That's why focus on the bullet points to be sure about the option that you are choosing, okay? Question number 2. Again, the student wants to describe how fabric is used. Let's read option A. In assertion of will, which we needed, it's in the question, the figure's clothing is made of fabric pieces stitched to the painting's canvas. So how fabric is used? By stitching to the painting canvas. That's why the answer is A. There are some very repetitive questions about the student notes that if you know how to answer them, it will be a faster process for you. One of them is finding a difference between two things. Difference means what? It's not same. We worked on transitions. Which transitions shows difference? Which ones? Which transitions show difference? But, however, am I right? Meanwhile, while, alternatively, this shows contrast. So, for finding the difference between two things, go and start with the options that have these transitions inside. For example, option A, we can focus because it has the word while. Do we have any other option that has opposite transition? One of the words that always they use for showing difference is that they put the exact word different in the option. It's just what it said. What was the question? It said a difference between the two muslins. But option B said that this muslin and that muslin are two different types. Okay, already we know they are different. The question asked how they are different from each other. Which option A talked about it? It said that one of them is a handmade fabric. The other one is machine-made fabric. So this is a difference between them. Okay, be careful about such tricky words in the options. Another type of question that is very repetitive is similarity. So either they ask you what is the difference between two thingies or what is the similarity between two thingies. For such type of question, approach the options that have these wordings. Which wordings? Both, similarly, like, neither. Because sometimes two things can be similar because of not having something. Neither of you is late. So this is the similarity of between you. You are always on time. Am I right? So either I can say the similarity between two things by using positive things, like Banu, Riyadh is in this class. So I show a similarity. What is the similar things between you being in the same class? Okay? Another thing is that neither of them is another group. So again, the same thing, that both of them are in the same group. So which wordings can help you? Both, like, neither. They show similarity. Or likewise. Likewise also shows similarity. Another type of questions which is repeating a lot is this. They say that the student wants to introduce Kahlo to an audience unfamiliar with the artist. Okay, Riyadh, when you are not familiar with somebody, should you give information about him or not?
He's unfamiliar, then yes.
Yes. So approach the option that has information about the artist. So when the question has the word unfamiliar, approach the option that has something and has information about X. Another one is let me find another one which is about they are look, this audience already familiar with environmental eDNA. When you see the word familiar, should we have information? No. So if any option has information about environmental DNA or eDNA, you shouldn't choose it because already they are familiar with. For example, I explained transition. So if I use the word transition in any of my other topics explanation, I would never go back to explain what transitions are. Am I right? Because you are already familiar. The same here. Okay, teacher, I don't know what environmental DNA is. It doesn't matter. We pay attention to the question. The question said that they are familiar. That's why we shouldn't approach the option that has information about it. Okay? So, another type, I guess these are the most repetitive question types that is happening in bullet point questions. By the way, guys, this topic plus transitions are in one category in your exam. We call them expression of ideas. And it's a very important topic in your exam. It can bring a lot of a score or it can actually get a lot of scores from you. So be careful about it.